Nathan? Where are you? Khun Tan. Did Melodie have a good sleep on the train? The wires? Those wires are what control the switches. Control the switches for the train. Determines which way the train. Nathan, you know what that sign says? It says เดินทางโดยรถไฟสะดวกสบายและปลอดภัย It means traveling by train is convenient and pleasant and safe. Do you agree with that? Did you sleep any on the train? I know you did. Okay, because I saw you. I had to wake you up this morning so we could get off. You were asking a minute ago about the wires. Here's a whole bunch of wires that come in, and then under a couple of slabs of concrete they pass around a bunch of pulleys. See the pulleys there? Pass around the pulleys, and then they travel under the tracks, under the platform, under some more tracks, under another platform, under some more tracks, under another platform, into the station master's little hut there. Look at that, Nathan. Did you see him pull that switch over? He pulled that lever over, and that caused a switch to change direction there. He's got a whole bunch of them. You got 2 racks full of those things. That's the way they change the switches. Here comes a train right now. Just came out of the tunnel. He had his light on when he came out of the tunnel. Now he's turned his light off. Like a little short freight train. I don't think there's any passengers on. Well, that one didn't stay very long, did it? If our train had only stopped that long, we wouldn't have been able to get off. We wouldn't have had time to get off if our train had only stopped that long. Probably going on to Chiang Mai. There's the flag man with his red and green flags.
I love Ovaltine.
You want to have some Ovaltine?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Daddy just ordered some. You're in luck. Ovaltine picnic, huh?
Yeah.
Oh boy. It's over there. Over there on the countertop. Nathan, there's your Ovaltine. Nathan, you still look half asleep, you know that? Take a sip. Kinda hot? Melodie? Is it pretty hot? No?
Pretty cold.
Oh, I don't believe you. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Well, those are little carts. Little carts you can put on the track. You can roll them along. You can carry things on them. You can put tracks on them or railway ties or whatever and push them along. Just a little push cart. Well, there goes Nathan taking his first step. Go on, man.
Yes.
There goes Nathan taking his first rest before his first step. There go Melodie and Mommy up the stairs, beginning
I
the
don't want to carry on
long
this
hike
the
up.
stairs.
Come on, Melodie. Remember all that practice we did? Doi Khun Tan National Park. We're hoping to keep ahead of the heat. It's early morning now. I should say about 8 o'clock. April the 5th, 1992. And we're hoping that by climbing fairly briskly, the first part we'll get some altitude and be able to get up to where it's cooler before it gets hot down here in the valley. What's that, Nathan?
Nice to get that pine smell back.
Pine smell, huh?
Yeah.
Does that energize you for the hike? You having some trouble slipping and sliding? You want Daddy to hold your hand? Kind of slippery, isn't it? A little bit slippery. Oops. Okay, let's go. Up the mountain. Up the mountain. Let's run up the mountain.
Yeah, why don't we go up the narrow ground where there's a resting spot?
Okay, I think there's a resting spot right over the top of that hill there.
Oh.
Let's go.
Let's go, Mom. Why don't they plant some keep your pot clean, Mom. Oh, do you see that sign?
What does it say, Nathan?
Doesn't look to me like they're keeping it clean. What did you let that?
What does that sign say?
Over there.
What does it say?
Keep your pot clean.
Keep your park clean, huh?
Yes.
Melodie, come here, Nathan.
Okay, now for some tea.
Yeah, Daddy's gonna have some too. Go to Mommy. Go to Mommy. Get some bread from Mommy.
Melodie, come here. Come here, Melodie.
Toast, I think, or sugar toast. Okay, but you eat the whole thing now. Don't just lick the sugar off. Take big bites. Oh boy, is that good?
This is like cinnamon roll.
Nathan, you better take off that sweatshirt.
Yeah, honey.
You're gonna get mighty hot. Gonna get mighty hot climbing in that thing.
Well, I made it pretty far already with it on, haven't I?
Yes, but you've got a long, long way to go.
Now, I guess we will. I guess your legs have to get tired before it's up to the mountain.
Your legs will be plenty tired, I think.
Well, my legs don't feel tired, just my chest feels a bit tired.
Your legs will feel tired too before we get up there.
Ugh. This neck hole is much too small.
Is that good?
Yeah.
You want to know what that sign says? That says Rawang Fai Mai Pa. It says watch out, don't let the fire burn up the forest. And look at that. Looks like the forest right here has been burned up quite a bit.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody hasn't been following the directions on that sign, huh?
Because I wrote it down for Lynette.
You wrote it down for Lynette.
Yeah.
Okay, don't go.
Say you.
It says, watch out and don't let the fire burn up the forest.
Bye.
Because if the fire burns up the forest, we won't have a forest to walk through anymore. You go on, walk up the hill. Nathan,
Huh?
what does the sign say? What's that first word?
This?
Yeah,
That's not a word.
it certainly is.
What is it?
That says doi. That means mountain in Thai. Yeah, I think they're having a little picnic over there. Let's go see. Open up the water there. Open it up.
Oh,
Are we gonna have a drink of water?
Yeah, I'm thirsty.
Are you thirsty?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if Nathan can get this water open. Oh, come on, man. Using your teeth. Well, I hope the cap comes off after all that.
Easy.
How are we gonna drink it?
I want them too. I want some.
Don't put the cap in her mouth.
I'm gonna probably have water. Tastes good, isn't it?
How you guys put the whole bottle in your mouth? Hey, hurry up. Drink. Alright, now it's Daddy's turn. Now let me show you how you drink water so that you don't contaminate the top of the bottle. Water. Like that, see? It's easy. Just don't put too much in at one time. No, you do it the way I did it. There you go. Try it again. Try it again. Swallow it. Try it again. You get some?
Yes. Why don't we save the rest?
Well, let's drink it up so we don't have to carry it.
Yeah.
Give Melodie some. Give Melodie. Nathan, save a little for me too. Give Melodie some, Nathan. Can't do this.
That bottle shake and quiver.
I think I'm ready for going up that hill and going a little way.
You say you do think you're ready?
Yes.
Well, we better go then. Put on your backpack and let's get moving.
Here, get the green.
Just go this way.
Melodie gonna follow them? Go on, Melodie, go too. Go on, quick.
This rock looks like a broken dinosaur egg.
Melodie's done a good job. She's walked every step of the way so far.
Whoops.
Daddy's helped her over a few roots and a few rocks,
Come
but
on.
you want Daddy to come too?
Yeah.
Okay, you keep going. I'll come on behind.
Okay.
We have come 2,800 meters. When we get to Yaw Song, it will be 3,600 meters. And from there to Yaw Sam, or Yaw 3, well, I should say the total distance from the tunnel to Yaw 3 is 6,600 meters. Don't think this map is quite to scale. Anyway, we're more than a third of the way, but we're not quite half the way. But we've actually done most of the really steep climbing. Oh my, is Melodie coming up the stairs with Mommy? Alternating her feet? Look at that. Melodie's alternating her feet like a big girl. Kind of steep, isn't it? Pretty steep. Okay, why don't you wait for Daddy? Why don't you wait and let Daddy help you up the hill? Looks like Mommy and Nathan are having some troubles too. That's a very steep hill.
I think we're going over the hottest part.
So let's see you try a little bit more. pretty steep, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty steep.
Whoa! Okay, Daddy'll come help you. Well, you guys look mighty comfortable over there. Taking a little rest. There comes Melodie. This is one of my favorite spots on the whole path. Nice little U-turn there, and nice jungle scenery. You get a little bit of candy or chewing gum at each major rest stop. Huh?
That's what keeps her walking, isn't it, Melodie?
Is that her reward?
That's her reward.
What's Nathan getting his for?
Oh, he gets his reward too.
I hope I didn't just see you throw that paper in the jungle.
Nope.
Let it go in the... Oh, I see. Melodie, put it back in. That's garbage. Put it back in. Melodie's been a good walking girl. She's walked all the way by herself. Here she comes. She even runs part of the way.
Here she goes.
You stupid
Oh, there she is. And there's Mommy and Nathan. They made it all the way. Khun Tan Cabins. Payap University, and Melodie walked up all the way. Wow, what happened there, Nathan? My goodness. The poor cabin. Look at that. Looks like 3 trees went smashing through the roof. Is that the cabin we're staying in? No, well, I'm glad. That's cabin number 1. That's cabin number 1 you're looking at there, and we're going to stay in cabin number 3 down the hill. I'm glad we don't have to stay in this cabin. Okay, you guys go on into the dining room. There's our few humble belongings that the carriers carried up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suitcases plus what we carried up. What happened there? Well, look at that. I think that fell down during the same storm as pushed down the trees up there by cabin 1. Aren't you glad the tree fell that way and not on to cabin 3 where we're going to stay? I am too. Well, here it is, our first afternoon here, and Nathan's already looking for firewood. He thinks this stick is a little too long, and he has to break it. Well, what do you know? You did. See if you can make it a little shorter now.
This is a good place to break wood down.
Yeah.
They keep this tree here, people can break wood on it.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey. I don't see anything happening. Try it again. Alright, I don't think it's working too well. Is it hurting your hands?
Yeah.
You might have to try the old lever trick. Let's see if we can find a place that we can stick the stick in and use a little leverage to break it, alright?
Yeah.
Nathan, right here there's a tree with a convenient little kind of a cleft in it. Try putting your branch in there and leaning on it. See if you can break it off. I tell you what, back it out a little bit. Back the stick out a little bit so you have a better lever arm.
Like this?
Pull it out part way. Pull it out part way. Okay, now lean on it. No, go the other way. Lean on it the other way. Okay, pull, man. Pull hard. Pull. Pull. Alright. Let's work on this together. Okay. So come on. I want you to pull too. Now you get around here. We're gonna pull this way. You ready? Ready, set, go! Alright. I think we better leave well enough alone. Okay. Take that up to the fireplace. Well, what are you guys doing, huh?
Looking at the fire.
Looking at the fire. Is it cold?
No.
Not really cold, is it? You just wanted to have a fire, didn't you? Did you collect the firewood today, Nathan?
No.
You collected some of the wood, didn't you? But they already had some wood in the fire when we got here.
Don't touch the fire.
No, don't touch the fire.
I wonder when we'll be able to have
Because
some
it's hot.
candles. What's that?
The fire's hot.
Why?
Because that's the way fires are.
Huh?
That's the way fires are.
Why?
Well, here's a view out of the porch of our cabin. Our first morning here at Khun Tan. The valley's a bit hazy, but the air up here is fairly clear. And Nathan is in the process of opening the blinds. Is Melodie going to open the window too? No, I don't think so. Melodie's a little bit little.
Yeah.
Melodie's not quite strong enough to open a window.
Pretty difficult.
Here's the cabin we're staying in, called Starling Sarai. It's also called cabin number 3. In fact, it's usually called cabin number 3. And we're about to go off to breakfast. Okay, come on, you guys. Is Melodie going to eat?
She's hungry.
Is she hungry? Come on.
She needs to eat some food.
Well, come on.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Okay, go on.
We'll come back soon, okay?
Here comes Nathan. Nathan's coming up the path the long way, as he calls it. Yesterday he cut some steps in the last little bit, the steep part. And there he is at the dining hall. There's the dining hall, designed to seat something like 30-odd people, and we're the only family up here right now. Fortunately, there's a nice little spring-fed tap just outside the dining room. Very convenient. Here you can drink the water right out of the tap. Can't you, Nathan?
Yes.
What are you doing there, Nathan?
Washing.
Rinsing your clothes? Now what are you going to do?
Hang it up.
Hang them up on the line, huh? Not much room, is there? That's your last piece there? for you. What are you looking at there, Nathan?
Orchids.
Orchids. Orchids right by our cabin, huh?
Yes.
Do they have any odor? Do they have any smell?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Boy, there's lots of them on that tree, aren't there? Some over there, too. Some there. Some here. You got some over there, too? Oh, there's some up here. All over on this little tree. I think these have been planted, so to speak, by the Watchman's family. Let's see if we can find any more orchids around here, shall we? Now here's some orchids right near the outdoor chapel. There's some orchids growing on a rock. Most of the orchids around here right now seem to be of this same kind, don't they?
Yes.
But orchids come in all different sizes and shapes and colors, but they often bloom for just a short time. Now, besides orchids up here on Khun Tan, we have lots of other beautiful flowers, including some of the prettiest hibiscus flowers that I've ever seen, I think. Here's another pretty little flower. Here's some pretty white ones. And along many of the footpaths up here are these Easter flowers. I guess they're called amaryllis. What are you doing?
Pulling up this tree.
Pulling up a tree. Well, come on, let's see you go. Well, that's a pretty long piece of wood. What are you planning to do with it?
Break it.
And then what?
Burn it
Burn it
in the firewood.
in the fireplace.
Yes.
When's the last time you had a fire in the fireplace?
And today.
This morning, huh? Was
Yeah.
it cold?
Yes.
Okay, let's see you break the wood. All right, let's see you do it. Melodie, are you going to help?
Yeah.
You going to help Nathan break the wood? Yeah, well, why don't you leave it alone right now? What do you think of that, huh? What do you think of that piece of wood? What are you going to do? Are you going to put it in the crotch of the tree there again? Melodie, you stay out of the way. It snapped. You got a piece. Let's see you do another one.
Look at that piece.
Melodie, get out of the way. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Not another piece. That shows you what leverage can do, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You couldn't break them that way with your bare hands. You need to use the fork in the tree there for leverage. Hey, there's another piece. does that make now? About 4, huh? All right. Look at that. Oh, it's getting a little harder, huh? The lever arm is getting a little shorter. Try it again. With all your might. Lean on it a little bit.
I can't.
All right, let me tell you a little trick that might help. Pull the log back so that only a little bit is sticking out down below there. See what I mean? Pull it back up the hill a little bit. A little bit more. Okay, now try. Now try. Melodie, you stay out of the way. Push, push,
I can't.
push, push, up, up. It's about to go, I think. Push.
This is supposed to be stronger.
Melodie, try and take a picture of Nathan and get out of the way.
I can't do it. It's too hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of hard, isn't it?
Try to help Nathan.
Hey! You got it! All right. All right. What do you know?
I got the stick.
A little bit shorter than the other pieces, but at least you got it. All right. Very good. 5 pieces. Not bad. Bringing in the firewood. Set our wood pile indoors. And there's the old fireplace. A little bit warm right now for a fire, but it sure is a nice fireplace.
I can swim here.
You can swim here, yeah, that's what I mean. This is Khun Tan.
Yeah, it is. But it's going to swim in the swimming pool.
Oh boy, let's get it ready. Okay, Melodie, let's go swimming. Oh boy. There. This swimming pool is a rat-eaten swimming pool, literally rat-eaten.
Yeah.
We had to patch 30 holes in the bottom, in the blue bottom, and about 12 holes in the lower ring, and about 4 or 5 holes in the upper ring, and it still leaks. Okay, well, plug in this end then and give me that end. Here. You take this end. All right. Turn it on as soon as you get it in. Look here, Melodie. Watch. Look here. I'm going to put water in the swimming pool. Come over here. Over here, look. Oh, there it comes. What do you think of that?
Cold.
Is it cold?
Dad,
What?
it's fun water.
Is that fun water?
Don't drink it.
You want to blow some bubbles?
I did.
Can you pour some water over your head? Whee! Look here.
That was a big one.
Look here. Whee! Is that nice and warm?
I'm taking the
nice swimming pool.
Yeah.
Right up
nice.
on Khun Tan, right up on the mountain. Imagine that. Swimming up on the mountain.
I'm taking a shower.
You're taking a bath.
I'm not taking a shower. Come and take me for a swim.
Can I take you for a swim?
Yep.
You're already swimming. Let's see you blow some bubbles. Look at him go! Tarzan, come again! Woo! Look at that! Oh! Whoa! There he is, out over the valley. Go again! Woo! Look at that! Oh ho! Tarzan! Oh! 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 Oh!